Welcome to Ben K Watches. We're an online watch store based out of Orange County, California, and we do reviews on the latest Swiss watches on the market. Go to benkwatches.com or check out the details in the links below to find out more about our watches. Welcome to today's watch comparison, where we're going to be taking a closer look at the two iconic timepieces, the Rolex Submariner 126610LV and the Omega Seamaster Professional 300 Diver, model 210.30.42.20.04.001. We're going to be comparing the retail price, size, functionality, and availability of these two watches. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the world of luxury watches. Let's begin with the retail price. The Rolex Submariner 126610LV is also known as a Starbucks, or the Kermit or the Cermet. It's known for its striking black index dial and green ceramic bezel. It's one of the latest updates. The retail price for this beauty is $10,800 US. On the other hand, we have the Omega SMP 300 Diver. That's a Seamaster Professional Diver, which features a stunning white dial and a black ceramic bezel. It's a little bit more affordable price point. This Omega timepiece can be found starting at approximately $5,600 US. So almost half the Rolex Submariner. So if you're looking for a high-end watch at more accessible price, the Omega might be your go-to option. Okay, now let's talk about size. The Rolex Submariner here features a classic Rolex case, measuring at 41 millimeters in diameter. It's 41 millimeters here. And it's about 48 millimeters from top to bottom, from lug to lug. And it's 12.5 millimeters thick from the case back to the front of the watch. On the other hand, we're looking at the Omega Diver here. It's a slightly larger case, measuring at 42 millimeters. It's 50 millimeters from top to bottom, so it's 2 millimeters taller than that Rolex Submariner. And it's 13.5 millimeters from front to back. So it's a millimeter thicker from the front to back than the Submariner. That's 1 millimeter thicker. So millimeter can make a mile of difference in the watch world. Both these watches are still going to fit your wrist, but you're going to definitely feel this one is larger. So if you prefer a slightly larger watch, the Omega might be the perfect fit for you. Let's go on to the bracelets. Submariner has a very comfortable bracelet. This is the Oyster bracelet. Tapers from 21 millimeters at the lugs to 17 millimeters here at the Glide Lock bracelet. I like the taper. You're going to notice this is all satin finished on the bracelet as well. So hides scuffs a lot better than a high polished bracelet. There's a little bit of contrast here on the side of the bracelet where you see a high polish here, including onto the Glide Lock deployment as well. On the Omega, we're looking at a 20 millimeter width on between the lugs. So the bracelet's 20 millimeters at the lugs. It also does not taper down on the bracelet, so you're looking at 20 millimeters down in the back of on the complete bracelet. It does make this buckle a little bit thicker, so that might bother some people. Some people, it may not even be a problem at all. For the bracelet extensions, we're looking at a Glide Lock extension on the Submariner. This extension actually opens up 20 millimeters. It's a pretty long extension, so you can dial in that perfect fit. If I can get that nice and clear. And we're looking at the Seamaster Professional deployment. It has a nice push button here. You don't have to unlatch anything. Just press that button, you can slide it out. You're not going to find it being 20 millimeters in length like the Submariner, but you do have this additional extension here that allows it to go over the wetsuit if you're diving with this watch. The Omega Seamaster Professional also comes with a variation. You could actually add a rubber strap to this as well, which I like a lot. Makes the watch easier to wear, and you don't find yourself scratching your bracelet as much because it's a rubber strap rather than this half polish or satin finish here. Okay, here we're looking at the two watches with the Lume. And you can see clearly that there's actually a blue lume on the Rolex here. And there's a blue lume on the Omega Seamaster, the index hour markers. The minute hand on this one is actually a little bit green tinge to it. I'm not sure if you can make it out in the video, but the rest of the hour marker is going to be bluish. You even have the pip here at the top. Well, that's a lot better. You can see the green on the minute hand now. Moving on to functionality, both watches are exceptional timekeepers. The movements have the same basic functions: time, date, seconds. And so Rolex Submariner here is running an in-house caliber 3235 movement. This movement has a power reserve of about 70 hours. Meanwhile, this Omega diver here, this diver 300 is equipped with the Omega caliber 8800 movement, known for its precision and anti-magnetic properties. It's META certified, so it's highly accurate. This automatic movement has a power reserve of about 55 hours. So whether you choose Rolex or Omega, you can trust that you're going to have a timepiece that excels in performance. Oh, I might add that this exhibition case back on the back of the Omega, we can see this beautiful movement here, if I can get it in focus. And on the Rolex Submariner, as usual, traditionally it's going to have that stainless steel case back. Lastly, we're going to discuss availability. Rolex watches, especially highly sought-after sports models like the Submariner, can be notoriously difficult to find at authorized retailers due to their popularity. Unfortunately, we cannot just go into the authorized dealer and ask them for one. You could put your name on their wait list and hope that they call you back in the next few years with some good news. Or you can buy on the watch on the gray market. You're going to end up paying the market price for it, which is somewhere around $15,000 US today. Limited production and high demand often result in a wait list or long waiting periods. So, on the other hand, we have the Omega Seamaster Professional Diver. It has a wider availability. It can be found in other colors too. Besides white, it comes in blue, black, and green, and gray, I believe. But you could actually get this watch on OmegaWatches.com for like $5,600 plus tax right now if you wanted to. So there's an immediate availability that's crucial to you. The Omega might be a more accessible option for you. Now, in conclusion, both the Rolex Submariner and the Omega Seamaster Professional Diver are both exceptional timepieces. And they have unique features, characteristics. I do like that the date here on the Omega Seamaster is here at the 6 o'clock position. Makes it nice and symmetrical. But you're going to be having a Rolex that has a date function on it. It's almost always going to be here on the 3 o'clock position, aside from the Sprite, which is a left-handed watch. Now, if it were up to me, I'd use the Seamaster Professional 300 as a daily wear watch. And wear the Submariner on special occasions. The Submariner is always going to keep its value, so you're safe even if you buy at the market price and hold. The Seamaster Professional 300 is going to continue to retain its market value around $3,500 to $4,000. Now, if you're wondering which watch is going to turn heads more, it's probably going to be the Rolex Submariner with the green bezel. It's kind of hard not to notice a green bezel on any watch, and Rolex nailed it with this Starbucks model 126610LV. And it's easy to slip under the cuff if you're not in a not so secure environment as well. You can rest easy with the Omega Seamaster Professional 300, as you're less likely to be a target for undesirables. Ultimately, the choices between these two remarkable watches come down to your personal preferences, style, and budget. And that concludes our comparison for the Rolex Submariner and the Omega Seamaster Professional Diver 300 in white. We hope this guide has helped you. And if you like what you see here at Ben K Watches, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.